SNN Street News Now.
And that's what I'm talking about. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, goodbye. Yeah, I'm still in a drunken truck driver mode, I think. Out there from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Got back in yesterday. Out there with road dog Corey, my son, my youngest boy. And it was, you know what? I had a lot of fun. I tell jokes about it, but actually it was quite an experience. Starting out in Aurora, Colorado, and then we went to Grand Junction, from Grand Junction to Salt Lake City, and then back to Las Vegas. People live real different than they do most metropolitan areas, man. It's real different. I saw 5 dead deer on the side of the road in Utah. So if y'all hunters and y'all want to go out there and shoot Bambi in the head, that's the place to go. A lot of roadkill out there, man. So, it was interesting. People were very pleasant, stopping at the various truck stops and what have you. They were very friendly. The people that worked there, the truck drivers looked like they were mad, discontent, and just not real happy about stuff. It was cold, and I probably looked the same to them. But I think the stress of what's going on in this world has a lot to do with the disposition of the people out there on the road. And with that, let me bring in our other 3 wild and crazy guys. Chris Bass in the upper right-hand corner. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
What's up, Lee? Boom shakalaka to you, and to Dr. Ron, to Professor Miles there. How's everybody doing?
Is that all one word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Lower left-hand corner here is Doctor. Where's your doctor outfit? You don't wear that on this show, huh?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, you the only damn doctor on the screen.
Well, I tried to dress down for this show.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't talking about the coronas and all of that stuff, because when I start giving my corona update, I like to salute all the healthcare workers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So since I'm here hanging out at 8:00 at night with you guys, I just show up.
Okay. All right. Well, that's acceptable. We're not going to argue with you. And Professor, well, I guess he is a Dr. Reverend and DJ Reggie Miles. What's up, man?
Man, it's wonderful. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be with my brothers, the Horsemen, and doing what we do, when we do what we do, at the time we do what we do, how we do. You know how it goes.
Yeah, Thursday Night Live at 8:00 Central Time, 9 Pacific, Eastern, and 6 p.m. Pacific. And if that's all wrong, I'm confused too. What the fuck?
There you go.
Yeah. See, when you become a senior citizen, you're allowed to get away with a lot of crazy nutball whack job stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I represent that category.
Well, look, I got a question coming out the gate for you. Okay.
Okay. Go
All
ahead.
right. Now, I happened to be following your road trip,
Mm-hmm.
and the first night that you were on the road, you did your first maiden broadcast of Street News Now.
Right.
And the highlight of your interview was the damn porta potties. Okay.
Oh, man, let me tell you something.
And I want to know how you got around that dilemma, because you emphasized in your report that you was not going to do what you had to do at that particular time in those porta potties in whatever desolate place that you was in at 6 below zero. So how did you manage that situation?
I had to hold on to what I had, man, and just, bust a move and go to the next damn rest stop. This was a rest stop, okay? And when we pulled up in there, the first sign that really kind of jacked me up was parking for no more than 1 hour.
Oh, wow.
What kind of rest stop is this? You're going to dictate how long we can stay, limit the Come on, man. We're out in the middle of the damn night. And what if I can't drive any further? You only going to give me a 1 hour break? So then we got out. We began to walk to this brick building, which we assume is where they had, at least somewhat heated restrooms. Whether they were going to be clean or not, you never know. So we get up there close to the building and it says closed. And I went, oh, shucks. So we turn around and look back. Somehow we didn't see these like 6 porta pots sitting out in the middle of the damn driveway.
Only 6 for a whole rest area.
Yeah. So I went, oh, damn, dog. This is how it is in Colorado. So I go over to the porta pot, and I mean, I couldn't do but number one. So, but look, what I was afraid of was things were going to freeze up. It's 6 damn degrees. I'm going, yeah, this is why I left Chicago. I can't handle this. Who wants this mess? So we jumped back in the truck, and maybe 15, 20, maybe 30 miles further down the road, there was another rest area. And that was in Edwards, Colorado. Nice, heated building and clean restrooms. And I said, oh, shit, I could stay here. We got the basics, essentials. And a little further down the hill, you could walk down and get some food. They had a restaurant down there. I didn't go. Corey, my youngest son, he walked down there and brought back some baked chicken and some vegetables and a roll and what else was it? Oh, some macaroni and cheese.
Okay. So
we ate okay and, got a good night's sleep, and the bathroom was cool. So
all right.
Yeah,
I was just
rough.
wondering because you left a big blank in that story. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the news flash when it came on. I am not going in these porta potties. Okay.
No,
for what I got to do. And then your eyes got real big when you said it. Okay.
All I could envision was my ass getting stuck to the toilet seat at 6 degrees, like. You're talking about. Have you heard from Lee? Man.
No, I can imagine your son putting that damn thing on the back of the porta potty. Don't worry, Dad. We're gonna get you out of here eventually.
What, you gonna use a flamethrower?
Oh no, he's just gonna drive you back to Vegas where the weather's warmer and you'll eventually thaw out. Right.
That's jacked up, man. No, so.
Oh man.
No, trucking ain't for me. It's not for your boy.
Good stuff. No. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing. I just wanted to say.
Yeah, I know you were going to pull that out of me. You nasty son of a gun. You low life dog.
Hey, man, you the one went live with that story.
Yeah, well, I left it kind of blank for your imagination, but you wanted blow by blow, drip by drip description.
I just want to know what happened, the conclusion of the matter, okay?
Okay, right. Shit. Well, that's what happened.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing, bro.
Yeah,
thank
no
you
problem.
for sharing.
No problem.
We appreciate that,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you saying you will not go trucking again, bro? Is that what you're saying?
Not. I don't want to go up to the cold belt. Maybe if Corey gets a route that takes us south, I might jump on for a couple of days. Okay. But see, the only thing about that, because the original plan would be back sometime late Monday night, maybe. Mm-hmm. But his radiator broke. We got there on Saturday. We were going to pull out on Sunday. And then when he did his little walk around the truck to make sure everything was Copa, because you used to drive those 18-wheelers too.
Yes, sir.
And he found this leak. Mm-hmm. So, the truck had been running all night. I said, you probably put too much goddamn coolant in there, and it's probably overflowing. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving him all kind of reasons why he's seeing this, radiator fluid down there. He goes, oh, no, Dad, it's coming from the bottom of the radiator. I said, don't worry about it. Let's get on the road. He said, no, I'm going to go check it out. So we went to one of those truck stops that had repair shop open, TA.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy looked at it. He says, "Yeah, you got a pinhole leak in the bottom of your radiator, so it needs to be replaced." And so 5 hours later, we had a new radiator and it was ready to hit the road.
Good.
Yeah. So we drove for a few hours, and that's how we got to the 6 degrees in the dirty porta pot.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, look, that brings us to our first break of the evening. We are here on the Street News Now Network with the legend, Mr. Lee Michaels, the Boom Shakalaka, the professor, Mr. Reggie Miles, and myself, Dr. Ron. If you are interested in calling into the show, 954-668-4325. We would love to have you comment on any of the host and what they're talking about today. So once again, that's 954-668-4325. And we're going to throw it to Mr. Boom Shakalaka right now. He's got a guest coming on the line with us, and he's going to tell us all about the guest.
Is he calling in, Chris?
No, I sent him the link.
Oh, okay.
To the show, so he's not here yet. But I'll just give the setup.
He must be a Republican.
Well, he is.
As Republicans are a little slow in technology, so we may have to delay him for a while.
Could you tell him that if he shows up?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I got my.
I know you are. Yeah, I know. Look.
Beanie Sweetie.
Yeah, you Mike Tyson, doctor. He could be
That's
Roy
right.
Jones Jr., right? So
I'm ready.
already prepared him already, so I'm just waiting for him to come on board. We tried to get him on the last time. We had an emergency, so he could make it on. So I did send the link over to him, and so he should be coming in soon. So again, we're talking about Black conservatism, and the question becomes how Black people could have or why they voted for Donald Trump. So with certain of us, we come to the conclusion that he is not for us. He's already shown what his true passion was. It was not about anybody but himself. And I've always been fascinated with people, especially people of color. What makes the mentality that you're going to vote for a man who obviously doesn't have your best interest in heart? So having said that, I think for me, I let live and let live. And my guest coming on, his name is Walter Cannon. I've known him for a year or some change now. We teach or taught together at Illinois Media School, which is where I met him at. A very good man, very good brother. But we come to blows when it comes to politics. And that's a good thing, because I hope I get a chance to, not to change his mind, but to let him know that, hey, difference of opinion, we can, walk away still brothers and friends. And that's what it should be about. I think at times when you have an ideology and you disagree with people, it can run very deep and very cold to the point where you don't want to associate with them or just to hell with them or her. And it shouldn't be that way. I think we all should learn we could disagree from each other, but at the same time, we should have to take time to learn, even though it's not of your opinion. It's funny because our professor there, Reggie Miles, we had talked about the Reagans, the documentary on Showtime, which is brilliant, brilliantly done. If you weren't familiar with that time, please go back and watch it as a review. It shows everything. The making of a president, the making of Ronald Reagan. He sucked as an actor, as we all know, doing B-list movies, but he became the perfect candidate for the presidency. Even before that, when he was the president of the Screen Actors Guild, there in Hollywood, that parlayed him into becoming the governor of California and eventually the president of the United States. So when you look at that, how that transformed for example, him taking cues and saying the right things, that was his acting job.
Yes.
He could follow the script.
Exactly. He was able to follow the script, right? So I think it's brilliant. But again, it's to obviously learn the other side of that side of politics.
Interesting. Reagan was a Republican, B-rated actor, and Trump became president, and a shyster, Mr. Haney, con artist, lying SOB, and people bought into that. I had a conversation with a a Republican that was trying to justify how great of a job Trump did in the election. Well, you had 74 million votes. You know, that says a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb people that voted for him. That's I'm standing on that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And maybe, just maybe, this might be a aha moment that he really didn't get 74 million. Maybe he was cheating. Y'all see me? Maybe he was cheating and he didn't cheat hard enough to win. Whether you had 74 million, 75 million, or 79 million, and Biden has 80, you lose.
Right.
And you lost double barrel because you lost in the popular vote and the electoral college vote. So accept it, say goodbye, move on with your life, get ready to go to jail.
You know, it was funny. You bring that point out about cheating. I believe that I think a couple of days after the numbers started coming in, they started saying that they had some programming issues with all of the ballot counting machines all across the country, you know.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to see that all of a sudden the ballot counting machines ain't programmed right. And he still lost.
Well, now, yeah, it's amazing, but see that's another. As far as I'm concerned, the whole thing was a distraction. He knew before the first ballot was counted that he was going to lose. That's why he preferenced it and prepared the world for the fact that he was going to lose before anything, because he says, "Hey, the whole thing is rigged, and you know the mail-in ballots is trickery and blah blah." He knew he was going to lose. His polls were saying the same damn thing everybody else's poll was saying, which was saying he was losing. So there is one correction here. I'm sorry, Corey, you're right. It was ribs and fries that night. It was chicken. What was that? The next night, maybe? I don't know. Well, we had some baked chicken one of those nights. I remember that.
The man got amnesia.
I do.
Can't even remember.
Yeah. We ate well. We ate well, you know.
When we talk about the Trump factor, and when we talk about the Reagans, you know, these cats was they running parallel, just in like two different times. But they doing the same message. You know, Trump was redoing the Reagan playbook. You know, he came in it the same way. You can take it from where Mr. Reagan said, "Let's make America great again." Mr. Trump just dropped the "let's" and said, "Make America again." But their same playbook, from Goldwater to Ronnie Reagan, it was the same playbook. They like stoking fear, and one of the like the psychological things, that they was putting on their base is that everything that the way they presented what was going on was like, well, look, they're taking stuff away from you. They're taking stuff away from you, and they're doing this to you. And like, this is the kind of fear that they put in there. And the funny thing about both Mr. Trump and Mr. Reagan was the fact that they were both demos. They were Democrats before they came repcons. So
that means they were never committed to anything anyway.
That's right. And
con artists.
So Mr. Reagan, this dude was cutting out the very thing that sustained his mama and daddy, his family, the FDR programs. That's why he got anything. As soon as he got to the point, I got to that point, just like Trezaro. All of a sudden, deregulation, they want to cut everything. Government is bad. And if anybody tells me right now that government is bad, you know, I'm gonna do like Miss Sophia in The Color Purple, you know, because right now we need the government. You understand, to get control of this pandemic. Now all of a sudden, now you know the government is good now. We need to be bailed out. We need some money. The unemployment, insurance, all that stuff got to be put back in. And so all these things that came under this let's make America again ideology is going out. All this FDR stuff, the FDR ideology is coming back in. So to me, in my mind, in order for you to have a good government, you're gonna need a fair amount of social programs, and you're gonna need a fair amount of you're gonna have to find that balance. It can't all just be one. So this RepCon thing, their time is up.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And now I heard a blip in the news today that Trump wants to name the vaccination under his name.
Yeah.
What the?
Wait a minute. Say that again.
He wants to name it after himself.
Trumpanation. Yeah. I got that. I got that.
You know what? I wouldn't give a damn if it's got his name on it. You ain't shooting me in the ass, arm, or nowhere else.
That's right.
I don't want to have nothing to do with that criminal. Nothing.
Hell no.
That's right.
I'll keep my ass in the house for the rest of my life.
Is that a throwback to the stimulus check? He had to make sure his name was on the check.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah, exactly.
This dude ain't gonna have. He can't have it no other way. He has to have that, because this dude was washed out. His ego, his everything is crushed. 80 million people had it. It's like they call it a bid with hand. No Trump. Oh no Trump.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh man. Look, y'all know he been practicing that all day, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it worked.
Well, tell him again, babe.
It worked.
And we know how to play that bid with, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to 2024, look, man, follow, no Trump. You know,
no Trump.
No Trump.
No Trump is right.
And the thing about it is that we've been saying that before this cat got in there. So I'm like interested to find out, how could any person under the Reagan agenda, under that agenda, could want to sow into that. But that's the genius of Mr. Reagan and their stuff, is that they had the ability to convince the masses of people to vote against their own self-interest.
Yeah, that's true.
That was their agenda. They look, because that's what they kept saying. Look, man, if we keep doing this affirmative action, that's taking stuff away from you. You know, and that's gonna rile folk up, man. They got this and they got that bound based on the color of their skin. And I can't. Oh, come on, man. And y'all had us in bondage 450 years.
Really?
And to this date, we still are not considered human beings.
Really? by law. Right, by law. They ain't changed the law to declare that. Okay.
Go figure, baby. Go figure. But then we taking something from you. And so that whole make America, anything that comes to me that says make America great again. And I even said this before I even seen the ray guns. I say, but when was it? When was there a time when America was great?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to answer that question. We have someone on the line. Welcome to the show.
Well, good evening, everybody. How you doing? Walter Cannon from Chicago. Lee, how you doing?
Rocking, jocking, and finger popping.
Good. Lee, how you been, man? When the last time you spoke to Graham Armstrong, man?
Oh, well, Graham passed away, 10 years or better ago?
I didn't know that. Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Maybe longer than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, God bless his soul.
Programmers.
Yep.
I did not know, man. Wow.
Yeah, he moved out to LA and he was working for one of the trade publications and got sick and he passed away.
Okay. What about Elena Singleton? I know I talk to Abe at least once a week. What about Elena? Is she still around?
I think so. Yeah.
Good. That's a good thing. All right. So we got back to the people that still with us then.
Right.
How you guys doing, man? Great show so far, man. I was listening online, though, but Chris Bass made it clear that only the 4 horsemen can be seen. So I had to call in. So that's good.
As long as you have a camera and a internet connection, he should have sent you a link to click on. It would have brought you right into the studio.
Well, he knows me.
Send him
Chris
the link.
Bass knows me as no. Chris knows me as anti-niggerish. So I'm gonna be anti-niggerish and just stay on the phone because I'm being obedient that only the 4 horsemen can be seen.
Okay, all right. Whatever floats your boat.
Okay, first of all, you were flying lie. You were flying lie. I sent you and emailed you the link. Now, that's
he didn't
why
want
he's
to
laughing.
be seen.
Yeah, all of a sudden you don't want to be seen. Will blame my ass. See, that's that man niggerish. Yes,
there it is again, anti-niggerish.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's who Walter is. Yeah. But,
my goodness.
I did not say anything about the horseman being on. I sent him the link. He chooses not to be on. The record straight.
Oh my God!
All right.
Oh my
Okay.
God!
Just like a Trump supporter, right, Chris?
Right.
Get the shit all twisted up.
Yep.
Well, first of all, let me just make sure we got this right. I heard the little argument, "Make America Great." When was it? When you mentioned Trump supporters, you have to respect the when it comes to him, you got to respect he's true to the game. Everything that he said he's done, he's pretty much done. Not only has he done it, his whole circle getting pardons, baby. Pardon for you, pardon for you, pardon for you. He's true to the team that brought him in the game.
Okay, so why does he have to pardon all of these people and maybe including himself?
Well, because it's part of the game, right? If you had a chance, Lee, to make sure that you and your inner circle's taken care of, why wouldn't you exercise your right, your power? What's the problem?
Well, there's a point of misuse of power, overstepping your power. But if you're doing the right thing, you don't have to pardon yourself or anybody else if everybody's playing by the rules.
Well, okay, but Lee, who makes those rules? The president.
Well,
okay.
Some in some situations he can, but he does not create or did not create the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. You got to live by that first.
Yeah, but the Constitution and the Bill of Rights gives him the power to pardon anyone. It's no different if Obama pardoned anybody or Reagan.
Okay,
or
but let me
Carter
let me go
Bush.
back. Let me go back.
Uh-huh.
And all of them did pardon various people who were convicted of a crime.
Yes.
So he is doing pardons on people who have not been convicted yet. At least that's what he wants to do. So why is that necessary?
Okay, when you have a system, I ain't afraid of you, bro. Go ahead and laugh. We can do this together, all right? All right, y'all got the right one. Now, first of all, before I go there, let me say I did not call in on the pre-election and really tell y'all how I feel. I wanted to call in, but I just listened on your pre-election, all right, to make sure we get that part right. But to answer your question, Lee, when you are in a position to listen lot of people that saying witch hunt, and they're going after this. They're trying to find all these different things to pin something on me. Why would I not put in a safety net for me and my team? Whether it's his kids, whether it's Roger Stone, whether it's Flynn, whether it's anybody else. I have that right. I have that power.
Well, okay.
Wait a minute. Can I ask the question?
Power
Lee,
to do it.
Lee,
but why? Hang on. Let me just follow up on my original question. But why does he feel it necessary to pardon certain people that have not been convicted? And let's go back to Roger Stone. My belief, and let me ask you a question. Why do you think he pardoned Roger Stone?
Because Roger Stone didn't really do anything wrong.
You really believe that?
What did he really do? All he did was say, listen.
What was he convicted of?
All he said was, all right, there's some emails, there's WikiLeaks, and that's really it.
Oh.
It's okay.
So if you do something of a criminal nature and you are convicted of it, you go to jail, and the president of the United States pardons you, which he has a right to do. But I believe that he did that because he knew Roger Stone took one for him.
Exactly. There you go.
So
you go. That's what I just said earlier. I'm protecting my team.
Okay, but if Roger Stone had not taken a bullet for him, the president probably would have been indicted.
Yes.
And eventually convicted, impeached. So it's the old good old boy team. You know, you look out for me and I got you. I'm in the position of power where I can protect you, but you're gonna have to do this one for me.
Okay, but what's the difference in politics anyway?
But that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. Dirty politics has no place in America. We vote for people that's going to be protecting our best interests, not their fucking best interests. And that's the real. And when you're going to play by that game, I get upset because you're doing the wrong thing. You're not doing what's right, legal, kosher, cool, or anything. That's unacceptable. And we as Americans have already voiced our opinion on that, and we voted the clown out.
Okay, so let's try this though, right? Right. There's always two sides to every story. Every coin has an opposite side. So for the same 80,000 people, 90,000 that voted for Biden,
80 million.
Same thing. There's another. Come work with me, Chris. Come on, get in, Chris Bates.
Hey, no. So, welcome to my world. But the 80 million that you mentioned, the 90 million, there's also another 70 plus million that agrees with this guy.
Well, yeah, they've been conned into believing his BS. Yeah, you're right. There's 74 people that were conned into believing what he's saying was the truth. And what truth is real? I mean, he lied about the virus. Okay, he lied about 1,000 other every day.
I gotta stop you there. I gotta stop you there. I knew you was gonna hit that. All right, he didn't lie about the virus. What he said was, damn it, my job is to protect the people. I didn't want them to be afraid, get nervous, or
That's
whatever.
That's a bullshit response, man. Come on.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you mean to tell me if there's a brick about to hit you in the face, I'm gonna say, well, you know what, Lee?
Duck.
It ain't really gonna hurt.
Duck.
It ain't really gonna hurt.
You're supposed to say duck. There's a brick about to hit you in the head. I'm looking out for your best interest. Duck.
Well,
put a helmet on.
I'm gonna tell you, it really ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna tell you that, Lee.
That's bullshit, man.
I'm sorry.
You know that's wrong.
No, take two, because I like you, Lee. Me and you go back to GCI days. So if a brick was coming at Chris Bates, I'm gonna say, man, look. you see, Lee, me and you, we go back to Richard Pegee days or whatever. So
yeah, but I expect more out of you than that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you to duck, all right? But the bass, dude, it's just a rock. That's all it is, man.
But don't you think that was wrong? Come on, really? You think that he did the right thing by downplaying the virus?
What I honestly believe is
something do no wrong.
What I honestly believe is he could have handled it a little different. He could have handled it a little different, but when you are in position of leadership, you have to make a decision that the average person may not make. Now, I don't care for Trump personally, but I am a Republican. He's gone. I'm glad for that, but I understood him, why he was there. The virus could have been handled different, but his analogy of, I wanted to make sure that people did not freak out. So I told you what you needed to hear. But
no, what people needed to hear is, hey, look, this is going to be bad. We need to hunker down and protect ourselves. We don't know everything about this virus yet. However, what we do know is it will kill you. And what we need to do right now is wear a mask, wash your hands, stay at home as much as possible, and give us some time to really understand how this thing works a little bit better, and go from there. And I've told this story.
He did say that. He didn't.
He didn't. He downplayed it. He said, "Well, I'm not going to wear masks." So he downplayed it too much. He played himself.
That dude was leaving it up to say he was running that states' rights rhetoric. That's what he was running, trying to leave it up to the state. There was nothing national about that. He hid behind the rocks or skirts or whatever he was doing. He hid. Well, let the states figure out what they was doing. And when you needed leadership of a president, you needed a person to say something to govern this nation, and he couldn't do it because he's a businessman.
And not a great businessman, as far as I'm concerned.
But he had Fauci to do it for him, which is still part of his team.
Yeah, but he played Fauci. He played him down when Fauci was out there saying this shit is bad, man. If Fauci was saying this ain't good, and he said, "Oh no," and then all of a sudden you didn't hear Fauci and didn't see him on screen every day.
Right.
When you don't go along with
bleach.
Right. Yeah, come on, man. That's just a straight up buffoonery, and it's dangerous. He's a dangerous man, and he killed a lot of people. And I hold him responsible for the great number of people who have died that didn't need to die because he was playing politics, and the only thing that he had on his mind was to get reelected.
No, I wouldn't necessarily call that politics. I would just call that just straight lies.
Murder.
I mean, yeah, you can say that because that's all a politician does is lie. So he stayed in the game. I mean, he made the lies fashionable to benefit himself. This dude, and my man Walter, he co-signing the fact that the Repcons, they have a right to get into these offices to make their money and line their pockets and F everybody else. I mean, that's cool. But here's the thing, though. Y'all time is up. Y'all got to get out the way and let somebody else make some paper. Y'all got enough paper where y'all can be cool. Y'all can be cool for 40 years. See, we got to get this balance thing. The Repcons, y'all got to lay down for about 4 or 5 decades and let the Demcons do it. That's how the game goes. The game can't go Repcon way all the time. And this done started with it, we cut down BG because he was too radical. But then we let that boy Ronnie Reagan come in and slide, and he cut everything up. And so it opened up this door for this boy D Trump. But like I said, I'm coming down with this dumb Trump. And I'm coming down with dump the rep with the repcons, because y'all time is up. The repcon time is up. Y'all arguing about whether or not y'all gonna give relief to the people of this country. Man,
that didn't have anything to do with the virus. We are victims. Okay. I have several businesses that are failing because of this virus. I didn't ask for this. In fact, 2020 was going to be an expansion year for my limousine business. You know what? I'm still 90% off from 2019. Okay. But I got drivers sitting around smoking cigarettes, waiting and hoping that somebody will book a ride. And there's nobody moving around because of the virus, because it was mishandled.
I gotta ask him 9 million. I gotta ask him this question. Okay, I have extended an invitation all year to anybody that can come forward.
Yep,
and tell me, because Donald Trump has said he has done more for black people since Abraham Lincoln. I want you to tell me that you're the only black person that I ran across that believe in him because he got pardon powers. Okay, now that's your words. Okay, he got pardon powers. Okay, he got the power to pardon. He's my man. He's my man. That's what you said. I want to know what else.
This is funny. This is hilarious.
For the last 4 years, I want you to come on my show. I'm gonna give you a whole hour. Okay? I want you to tell me what he did for you and the rest of the black people like you. Okay.
Oh, well, that's funny. Chris Baseline.
Chris can't help you now.
I'm getting that ass when I see you, Doc. All right, and no for you either, Doc. No.
See, first of all, I told you, I gave you what was going to happen before you got here, and once again, let me tell the whole story. First of all, I deal with this brother all the time. We talk on the phone a lot. There's an opinion, but it's my brother, and I love him sometimes. So having said that, when we had these conversations, it's very spirited. And so I told him, when you get into this ring, man, hey, don't be like Nate Robinson, and get knocked the fuck out. You're on your 2 feet. You're doing good. You're rope-a-doping. I'm proud of you.
No,
I'm proud of you. You have no idea. Walter, I'm so proud of you, man. You have no idea. I just might buy your ass a cigar.
Get done. All right, first of all, Chris, I don't need you no more. I got this. All right. Okay.
He obviously likes pain.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so here
go
we go.
Right
here we go. All right, what Trump did, Trump gave HBCUs over $100 million in scholarship research for it. Pull it up. Fact check, baby. I'm ready for you, baby. Fact check it. Now what? I'm ready for you.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna let the professor.
Lies. Trump didn't do nothing for HBCUs. There's only one HBCU that the United States takes care of, and that's Howard University. And the sister university is Gallaudet University. That's the only two that the government gives money to. So that's bull. That's crapola.
Next, what's the next one? Okay, come on. It's a long way between here and Abraham Lincoln. Okay, you got to go a long way back to Abraham Lincoln. Okay, come on now. Okay. The professor say that's bullshit. Come on. What's the next one? Come on. What's the next one?
Okay, the medium income for African American household has went up by 3.7%.
That was going up before he got into the office as well.
Wait a minute.
He didn't do that. It was already on the rise. He inherited a good economy, and he's trying to paint a picture that because the stock market is doing so well, then the rest of the world, the rest of the United States is doing well. That's not necessarily true. Most of the people that I know that are my friends or associates don't have a penny in the stock market. Do you have money in the stock market?
And the stock market ain't the economy. The stock market is a standalone entity. It is not the U.S. government.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is standalone. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay, fuck that shit. All right, let's keep going in.
Hey man, it's a long way. It's a long way to Abraham Lincoln.
No. We can do this. I ain't afraid of you. All right.
Okay, you got 2 strikes already. So one more, your ass is out of here.
1-1.
No. See, he is definitely a Trump supporter. He's gonna make up his own rules.
Yes.
Yeah, look, the only thing he right about so far is Trump will give a white boy a pardon. Okay, now he right about that shit. And maybe one black lady that's been in jail for murder since she was 3.
Damn it, I was just finna go there. That was my next argument. So I ain't got to make it because you made it. Trump has let out more blacks. Yes, he has.
1 or 2.
The brother. No,
1 or 2.
About the brother he did the other day. He did the brother.
Okay, and the lady. That's 2.
Right. Yeah, he did the sister.
Right.
What about the brother that didn't get that people don't know about? He did at least like 200.
He said that nobody know about. You don't even know about it either. Him either. You gonna make up some shit now. Hey, look, man. Look. We gotta change.
I bid 5 no. I bid 5 no.
Yeah, look.
5 no Trump.
Look. I'm gonna get in touch with Chris and give your ass a whole hour to tell this lie. We gotta change the subject, y'all. We done went overtime on this bullshit.
All right, Mr. Cannon.
Hey, look here,
Bless you.
Yes.
Lee,
thank you.
Lee, love you as always, Lee.
I love you too, but I'm gonna keep praying for you. You need prayer, brother.
Chris, I want my cigar, dog.
Yeah. How many points did you make tonight? You made 5, right? You did 5, right? So that is for sure 5 no Trump. 5 no Trump. That's what I did. 5 no Trump.
All right, man. Go sleep that ass whipping off, okay?
Yeah. Look, y'all listening to Street News Now. Street News Now. Right here. Right here with the legend, Mr. Lee Michaels. Boom Shakalaka, the Professor Reggie Miles, and myself, Dr. Ron. Look, we got one more segment left because he took 2 segments to get this ass whooping that he got. So we ain't got but 1/2 a segment left. And I don't know. I'm gonna yield to the professor if he wants to do it. Unless Lee, you gonna let us go over tonight?
Hell no. Come on, y'all split it up.
All right. Go right ahead, Professor.
Go ahead, Reverend.
Listen. All I want to do is say, these appointments that Mr. Biden is making, and this must have been a conspiracy thing on these dams, because the way these women are being used, or the way these women are being put in position, it's like this Rep Con thing is over for them, because it's like the sisters that's pushing the envelope. It's the sisters that's making these moves now. That's where the change is coming. And all of us, all of our brilliant minds, we slept on it. But that woman, Stacey Abrams, that woman been organizing for 10 years.
Right.
For 10 years. Not only just in Atlanta, but all over the place. That lady Keisha Lance Bottoms, that girl is something else. Them sisters, they all sat down. They said the women is moving this thing.
And it's time.
But yeah, because we're gonna do our part, but we don't have the impact that they have. They coming with some serious impact. Mr. Biden had made that Simone Sanders, that brilliant young lady, Kamala's what is it? What is it? What they call it?
Campaign manager?
Yeah, not the campaign manager, but what is it that it's the equivalent of Mr. Klain? with Joe Biden. What is it? What they call that thing? I forgot it.
Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff?
That's it. I keep that press, whatever it is, the one that's doing all the talking. And that girl from the University of Nebraska, Simone, she's brilliant. And this man, Mr. Biden, he strategically he picked these women and put them in there. And it's like the other hand of like what the Obama playbook. Well, it's like another page of the Obama playbook of how they first started. You understand, to where they're going to end up keeping women involved in this process. Well, how you gonna keep these women in this process? By putting all these women in these different positions. Because the women gonna stick together.
That's true. And it's time to get the input from the female perspective.
That's right.
And I've heard some females say, well, no, I don't want no female as a president or vice president because they're too emotional. Really? So that's how you feel about your mama and your grandmother and your aunts and the other seniors in your life. You had a rough life. I'm sorry for you, but let me tell you something. Some of the strongest people I know have been women in my life.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Amen. All I can do is say amen. Echo that.
Yep. That's right.
Yep. That's right.
And we've been doing a good job of screwing it up.
Yep.
So what you afraid of? They might do it right. They might see something that we've been missing as men.
And man,
because of our huge egos. Come on, man.
And the thing that's really ugly is that they did it quietly, man.
Mm-hmm.
They did it quietly. They didn't
like a quiet storm.
They didn't ask for no big fanfare. And I know I've said this before, but like I'm bowing to this move, and I'm like,
me too.
And I'm hoping that this grassroots movement that's still being headed by women in Georgia, I hope it pushes over, so we can neutralize Mitch McConnell.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the vote turnout there in Kentucky, because I would think that the people in Kentucky should be sick and tired of him as well. And he is obviously, has conned them the way Trump has conned so many people in believing that they're doing the right thing for them. I say to the people in Kentucky, the poor people, black, white, whatever, look at your conditions. How long has Mitch McConnell been in power? And what has he done to improve your lifestyle, your quality of life? If you're still living in a hut with a blue tarp on it because you can't afford to get a new roof or move to a better location, then maybe you should look at the leadership in your state and the people on a federal level that's representing you.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the ad that he put out against Mr. Warnock?
I have not.
No. Oh man, you got to see that ad. That's straight up a Ronnie Reagan playbook, dealing on the fears, man. Talking about what they.
Oh, that's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I'm still like tripping. What are we gonna take from y'all if we ain't never had nothing?
Well, that's the point. They want to keep you with their foot on your neck and not allow you to prosper and be a part of society that you should be. So that's just wrong. And it's fear tactics that need to go away with all the other racist-based attitudes that they have.
The one thing that I do hope happens is that there's a different swing in the FCC. Now that's
But when you allow people to think for you, this is what happens, and it goes across the board. People take advantage of information. They distort it. They go through it to make it appease themselves, to give out to the masses and the people. It's up to us individually to think, to grow intellectually, to ask questions, and not just go by what somebody says, because anybody can be led to slaughter.
It's true.
Yep.
We have to use our common sense, and more importantly, right now, and then I think every one of the little videos I was doing while I was on the road with my son, at the end of it, I would say, Georgia, go vote. So we can say that repeatedly to remind people in Georgia to vote for this in this runoff election. That'll give us 2 more senators, and that'll help neutralize the stone wall that Mitch McConnell has been putting up. So now keep in mind, folks, if the Democrats take control of the Senate, Mitch McConnell will no longer be the chairman of the Senate. He will not be in charge. He has to step down. Yeah, he's February.
Yep.
So that being said, it will give Biden and his administration control of the House and the Senate, that we can get some of these bills that Mitch McConnell wouldn't even bring to the floor for a vote, an up and down vote. He would just stonewall and say, no, I'm not going to let y'all vote on this. No. But when it was convenient for him, and when he was sucking up to Trump, and he wants to put another Republican on the bench of the Supreme Court, he got active then. But you know what, Mr. Mitch McConnell? You're going to pay for that one, boy. You're going to pay for that one. And rightfully so. You need to lose your power and get humble, because you've done wrong, sir. You and the rest of the Republicans, I say to y'all, let me look you straight in the face. Y'all hear me clearly. You've been doing the American people wrong. You've been lying. You've been supporting the hoax coming out of the White House. And it's repulsive. It's not American. And you shouldn't be able to look at yourself in the mirror when you shave, or for the females when you're putting on your makeup and fixing your hair all up. You ought to feel ashamed, because you have not lived up to the promise, and you do not deserve the job that you have. You should be fired.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
Shame on you.
Yep.
Right is right, wrong is wrong. What y'all been doing is playing wrong politics with the lives of the American people, who are dying at the rate of over 2,000 a day now. Over 100,000 people in the hospital, running out of bed space all over America. This is no joke. No joke.
Yeah, they overlooked it because, well, it's just a disease that's going to mess with the blacks. Okay.
Right.
Well, a lot of white people are dying too.
Yeah.
A lot.
I was watching CNN tonight, and they gave a report on, I forget how many people it was, but it was a nursing home. And most of these people were between the 75 and 90 some years old. And they were dropping like flies every day. Most of them were white people. Okay. They're vulnerable. It came off of one guy that came in there, that came into the nursing home with it, and it spread like wildfire. I think it was like 40 people in that one location died. And that shouldn't happen in America. This is not a third world country where we don't have the facilities and the knowledge and the medicine. Come on, folks. What are y'all thinking? This is unacceptable. And it came from the White House, because he played it down.
Yeah. Newsflash. This pandemic is not hurting people in other countries as bad as it is the United States of America.
That's right.
That if you go to Africa or any other country, the pandemic, this corona, they got on top of it, they contained it, and they're not suffering and they're not dying at the rate that they are here in the United States. Look, man, we out of time, man. I had a whole sports. You
got three more minutes.
I had a whole sports segment that I wanted to do, man. I was going
fast.
Look. I just wanted to let everybody know that this is not a political show only. We have other topics to bring. And for those that came out and saw the Tyson fight over the weekend, man, I tell you, and in conclusion to that, I saw that Evander Holyfield has issued a challenge to Mike Tyson. They got 25 years later. He wants to fight him as a 25-year reunion fight against Mike Tyson. He's just waiting on Mike Tyson's people to sign the contract so they can have this fight. So y'all stay tuned for that. But this is just
it's going to happen.
All this after a Hollywood movie, The Grudge match.
Hey, that was
it's
a good
gonna
movie.
happen.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
It's going to happen because they all need the money, and the fight game needs the money.
Yeah.
It's like
They
basketball,
need the
football,
excitement.
baseball.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
that I'm still dying over that Nate Robinson knockout, man.
That was a knockout. When is the last time you seen a knockout like that?
Tommy Hearns and Pepino Cuevas. That's the last time I saw
Hey man, look,
When
George Foreman was knocking them out like that, man. He would hit them and they would go down, brother.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was throwing bricks.
when
Yeah.
you
George is
fall
hard.
on your face like that, you gone.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
were gone on the way down.
Yes.
You know, you were night. Good night, Irene.
You don't remember hitting the floor.
Man,
No.
no.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, look, you guys have been listening to the Street News Now broadcast of this week on Thursday. We have been having a blast here tonight. We got a chance to hang out with one Republican. Just one.
He wasn't a Republican. He was confused.
He's confused. Okay.
Yeah, he's been
Look, we got the
brainwashed.
legend, Mr. Lee Michaels, the creator of Street News Now. We got Boom Shakalaka, Mr. Chris Bass. We got the professor, Mr. Reggie Miles, and myself, Dr. Ron. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with us. I tell you, we have had a blast. I really had a whole bit laid out for about the fight. Man, it was some comments that Mike Tyson made and Roy Jones made that were worthy of reviewing. But since we ran out of time, I'm gonna get out the way and let Lee do what he do. Good night, y'all.
See, it's always good to leave them hanging for more. So we'll continue the conversation next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the Central Zone, and out here on the left coast, 6 p.m. Don't be late. Be here on time because we're going to kick it off on time. Have a good, safe week, and we'll talk to you next week, next Thursday, right here on SSN. Street News right now.
SNN Street News Now.